Saibona, you remember?
Yeah, that's why I said I'm gonna play these jams. I'm gonna play these jams, yani, low school South African jams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why did you put just such a jam?
I know.
It is Throwback Thursday, Team African. Welcome back to the show. Big up to everyone who's tuned in tonight. Head over to Facebook to see what tonight's topic of conversation is. Now, as promised, we have Oskido with us all the way from South Africa via Zoom. Oskido, hi.
Out there?
Yes, it is so good to have you. So great. This is amazing.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to be part of this African culture where we are growing our entity as Africans, the culture of Africans.
Exactly. All right, so before we go any further, your social media platforms, where are you on Instagram? You know, where your fans can get to follow you and see what you're all about?
Yeah, it's at Oskido, I believe. At Oskido, I believe. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, on TikTok, and also Facebook. On Facebook, they must just look out for Oskido.
Okay. Now, this is something I actually wanted to ask you. Oskido, I believe. That happens to be your tagline, I believe. Like, what does it mean?
Well, for me, I think it comes from, I've always believed in what I wanted to do. You know, when I was born, I had a vision to say, this is where I want to. And for me, to reach that and achieve that vision is for me to always believe in my vision, in my dream. Yeah, without anyone trying to disturb me.
Yeah, because I saw that on your Instagram, I saw that on your YouTube, and I was just like, I have to ask what this means. I believe. All right, now we get it. Okay, so you're a recording artist, you're a DJ, you're a radio host, you're a producer, you're a record label owner, businessman, Airbnb host, restaurant owner. Like, honestly, is there anything you do not do?
Too much, man. Too much.
Like, you do so much. Like, you're juggling so much.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I think if you're in the entertainment industry, you've got space to do all these other things, and then you start diversifying, because the entertainment industry gives you a platform for you to start networking with other people, other brands, but also you know, it's very good to diversify so that you're always looking at different revenue streams.
Yes. That is so true. And the part that really intrigued me was the Airbnb host, because that's actually something I'm interested in getting into. You became one just a few months ago this year.
Yes. I've got a couple now in South Africa. So if you want to come, I can host you anytime.
For free. For free. We are coming for free. I am coming next year.
Yes. All right, so how are you able to juggle it all?
Well, for me is that I have to, you know, I don't work by myself. Remember, you must have a team in whatever you do.
True.
So I've got different teams taking care of different things. And it's always better. You sit down with your teams, then you always discuss what you want to achieve. And each person starts going out there to go and do their job.
Yeah. All right. Something that also really, I really wanted to ask you was the nickname Godzilla. One of your many nicknames, Godzilla. Where did that come from? What does, I know it's an animal, but what does it mean in regards to you?
Well, you know, a lot of fans, you know, I'm always given this nickname by fans. Even the Oskido, it was a nickname which I was given by a fan, you know, and I just love. And I really don't know. I mean, they call me the Godzilla of music when they're streaming, playing, and then doing all these things. They're saying the Godzilla is arrived.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. So you've been in the industry for 26 years. That is no easy feat. I mean, 26 years and then successfully, you know, in the industry. And I read somewhere where you said that you are never, ever quitting the industry. Is this true?
Yeah, because it's my life. God gave me that vision, you know, because as I say that when I was born, God gave me a vision and said, this is what you have to do in life. And I'm following that vision. So there's nothing better which I can do. There's nothing which satisfies me besides the vision which I have, except in the music industry.
Yeah. And that also was a question that I'd wanted to ask you. It's good that you've said that God gave you a vision. Your dad was a well-known Zimbabwean politician. Now, in most situations, sons are either forced to or willingly follow in the footsteps of their fathers. So at what point did you realize, no, music is my first love, music is what I need to be doing?
Well, I think I was young, I watched a movie called Big Streets, and I was young. I think I was maybe say 15 years or so. And in the movie, it's actually about the kids in the Bronx in New York City. They come from poor backgrounds. So what they were doing a lot of breakdancing, graffiti painting, rapping and all that. So they started doing that in their communities. But later, these kids, they ended up sitting in the boardrooms of New York and then making financial decisions in the financial. And I told myself that I want to be that guy. So my life through that movie.
Yeah. Oh, so it all started from a movie.
It all started. There is a dream because you are born with that dream.
Yes.
But God guide you and say, for you to achieve your dreams, maybe He brings different things which can help you to say, okay, this is how my dream, so that you get inspired. Because we have to be inspired by something to really follow your dreams.
Yeah. All right, and your beginning has some very interesting tidbits. Your start into the music scene, from selling sausages, was it Boa's sausages outside a club, selling cassettes from the boot of your car. Like, honestly, there's so many interesting tidbits here and there, like when someone gets to read your story. When you look back, what are some of the moments that have stuck with you and you feel have molded you into the man and the artist that you are today?
Well, I think the fact that you are saying that I used to sell hot dogs, because what happened is that I quit my job that time.
Yeah.
My dad wanted me to be a motor mechanic, and they got me to go and study motor mechanic with BMW South Africa. So they gave me a 5-year scholarship for me to do it. But during my first year, when they were teaching me at BMW, they will give you the cars to go and open up, clean, check out the wheels. I used to take customers' cars, and then I start playing the music loud, until the owner came in. They came at BMW and say, we don't think this is for you, And I really did understand that is not for me. So I had to quit, but I couldn't go back home to tell them that I've quit my job. So the money which I had, I bought myself a hot dog stand, and that hot dog stand, I had to push it and go and sell outside the nightclub.
Yeah.
So I sell outside the nightclub, and then after selling around about 4 in the morning, I'll go into the club because I didn't have a place to sleep. Then the club will be closing. Then when they are closing, I'll ask the DJ that can I play for the workers, when they are sweeping, the bar people, when they are closing.
Yeah.
Then I started playing for them. But by that time, I was like pushing time so that I've got a place to sleep. But later, I was doing that until one day the club DJ didn't pitch up. And the club owner knew that, there's that guy downstairs who's selling hot dogs. And then he came, they employed me permanently. And that's how my music career started.
Ah, nice.
Wow.
Nice.
And
inspiring,
that was the beginning of 26 years.
That was the beginning of the dream which I was on, and saying, thank God, it is.
It makes me wonder, like even when I think of myself, like when I make it big, what would I say was
your story?
What would I say was my story? What's your story?
We can go for 3 hours.
Yeah.
If I start sharing my story, we can go for 3 hours. But Oskido, inspiring story.
I know, that's such an inspiring story. Like honestly, so interesting, like how that happened. It was like, it was meant to be, You were meant to be there at that specific time that you were there,
No, I always believe everyone has got that thing. When God gives you something, no one can take it away from you.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, so you're well renowned for popularizing the Kwaito music genre. But now what would you say to those who say that Kwaito is dead and Amapiano is
has taken over?
Has taken over.
Yeah.
Everyone is singing and dancing to Amapiano music. So would you say there's a comparison, or is it one and the same thing, or what's your take on that?
Yeah, because it's just saying, so when I started playing at that club, so I started like, because we're playing a lot of house music, big dance music. But we started, because we're buying a lot of vinyls. Then we started getting those records, right? And then we started slowing them down for our South African flavor, right? And then from there, we started reproducing those records and making them instrumentals,
Okay.
you know. Then from those instrumentals, we started putting our own lyrical content because the apartheid regime had finished. We're no longer fighting the white people. And right now we're talking about celebration. So that's how Kwaito music, that became Kwaito, right?
Yeah.
And when you look at Kwaito, the beats per minute, it was what my piano is today, even the bass line and all that stuff.
But it's true.
So
It's true.
yeah. So when all that started, right, and that's how Kwaito was born. This
Yeah.
was 25 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And when you fast forward right now, the new generation then came to take what we were doing 20 years ago and then started reviving it, and then they called it Mapiano, but it's the same sound.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
understand?
So
Only
basically,
Kwaito. So Kwaito is the foundation of this what we call Mapiano. There is
It's
no
like
difference.
gang
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Now I
and the
get it.
good thing about that is that it was good because as the South African youth culture, we're one of the few in the world to create our own music, right? If you can see Americans, Black Americans created hip hop, right? But we created this Kwaito thing. And it's good that we're seeing the younger generation it now calling it Amapiano, but it's still the same sound. You know what I'm saying? It's still the same crew, it's still the same, but they are calling it something else. So the good thing is that they elevated what we started, and it's good because we are not losing our identity.
Okay, so with your new EP, you've created a blend, you know, between
Yes.
Kwaito and Amapiano. So
Yes.
is this what sets this project, aside from all the other projects that you've put out? The fact that you're
Yes,
fusing two
definitely.
genres together.
I wanted to make a statement. That's why the EP is called Back to the Future, right? So I had to take people back, Kwaito started, and then where my piano is today, so that people can see and say, wow, but this is the same sound. But you know, this was back then and this is the future. So that
Okay.
people can get educated about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. All right. During your early years, like your start in the industry, as a founding, should I call you a founding father of Kwaito music? You actually got to meet the late former president Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
How-
Yeah.
What was that experience like? And you guys talked music.
Yeah, I think when we're doing Kwaito, because you know our lyrical content started becoming, we're more radical. You know, we're talking about what was happening in the streets. Some of it was vulgar and all that stuff. The way my piano is right now, do you understand? Then until Tata Mandela then came in to say, you know, guys. Then he called a meeting to say, all these Kwaito guys, I want to talk to you guys, you know, because it was a radical transformation. No one was playing us on radio, but the music was huge all over the country right now. And then he came in to call in a summit and say, guys, you know what? I can see that this music which you are doing, you don't need to be vulgar. You don't need to be, some of the lyrics to inside are violent. Just do music so people can enjoy. We can understand your creativity and all that stuff, but can you guys refrain from what's going on? Because this is not how we built the Black culture.
Yeah. All right. So you said the way Amapiano is now. So you think Amapiano right now is vulgar?
Well, I'm saying that now, when my piano started now, they took exactly how Kwaito started. So some of it became, there's a lot of underground of it, which is a lot of vulgar stuff. Lots, I'm sure you can even see on the YouTube, some people, you know, carrying their buckles and all that, you know. So there is that type of culture, because that's how the Kwaito culture has been. But we've gone in to say, you know what, let's clean it up. Let's make it acceptable in the society. There's some tracks which, when you listen to them, it's like, Because for me, that time when I was doing it, I didn't see anything wrong about it.
Yeah.
Until I spoke to, Nelson Mandela came in to say, this is it. I was one of the front runners to come in and say, no, I mean, I was hardcore on it. But later, when I go back and listen to what I used to do, it's like, you was right, because my kids can't be listening to that.
All right. Okay. So I've even forgotten the next question that I wanted to ask you. And it was so important. Like it was just at the tip of my tongue.
Let me ask him.
Okay.
Would you do a remix with these kids? Like, would you do a collabo, Amapiano collabo with the new kids that are doing Amapiano?
Yes, I mean, I work with them. Remember that Mapiano, it's quite, so I'm happy that it's back. It's within my doorstep. So I'm happy that the music we created, it's back. And then we are doing that. So I work a lot with them. Do you understand? If you can listen to my new record, I've worked a lot with them. I mean, most of them, I mean, they come from my stable. The biggest guy like Maporis, I mean, remember, he come from our stable. This is how we taught in the music industry. And then right now is a big thing. If you look at Busiswa, the big person also on the Mapiano group, all of them, they come from these hands, from these Kalawa Jasmine hands.
You are a legend. Even Maforisa.
Yeah, so therefore, everything is happening within the family. You can see that why Chukucha video.
Yes.
I mean, Maforisa is there. It was part of our creation to grow. And right now, they've come up with something new, and it's good because there's got to be growth. You must see other young people growing. And
Rising,
then from there, yes.
And
I get you.
We're actually experiencing the exact same thing here in Kenya.
Yeah.
Gengetone. Genge was started by Kinahu Nonini,
Legends and Juakali, yeah.
You know, they're legends right now. And then we have the new kids on the block doing Gengetone. I don't know if you've heard of Gengetone.
Oh, I would love to do some records on that. Wow. Send me some stuff.
That would be totally amazing. But we're having the same issue because Gengetone is so vulgar. It is incredibly vulgar, the lyrics. But then the question is this because it's what most people want to consume? Because I believe artists put out whatever brings them most revenue, whatever most people are going to listen to, press play, download, etc.
Yeah, but get me right. What I'm saying is that it's not that all the Mapiano tracks are vulgar or even quite, but that was the norm, the way it started. Even when this Mapiano thing started, most of it was vulgar, but now it's more clean and all that. It happens in the society that you find people who want to consume that. It's not that we have to drive our society to that. It's a wrong thing as Africans because we don't want to be known as vulgar people. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We don't want to. We need to clean our minds. Do you understand? There are people who are consuming that, but what we are saying is that let's keep it clean. Let's keep it where it is original. The way the late Tatu Nelson Mandela came into the Kwaito generation and said, guys, let's go. You understand? Let's not forget who we are as Africans.
Yeah. All right, what a way to leave it there for now. We're going on a short break, but Oskido, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with you. Remember, if you have any questions for this South African legend, hit us up on social media using the hashtag #TeamAfterburn. Plus, send in your Throwback Thursday requests as well, still using that hashtag. I'm in awe right now, but back to back to music.